Regal Day, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about language. This is one of the most powerful cognitive abilities that humans have. So, let me start with a simple but important question. So, can you think without language? So, most of us would say parang hindi. Because when we think, we often talk to ourselves internally, form sentences, imagine conversation. Now imagine this. What if you suddenly lose the ability to use language? Would you still be able to think clearly, solve problems, or understand others? So this is why language is not just about communication. It is a deeply connected to cognition. So kapag may nagsabi sa inyo ng traffic sa Cavite, hindi lang words ang naiintindihan ninyo. You automatically imagine the traffic, feel frustration, recall past experiences. So language triggers images, emotions, and memories. So big idea, language is not just something we use. It is something that shape what we think. So let's define language formally. Language is a system of communication that uses sounds or symbols to express ideas, thoughts, and feelings. But here's the key. Not all communication is language. Animals communicate, dogs bark, birds chirp, but human language is different. So what makes human language unique? First, creativity. So you can produce sentences you've never heard before. Halimbawa, kumain ako ng ice cream habang nanonood ng horror sa ulan. You probably never heard that exact sentence, but you understand it. Second, hierarchical structure. Language is organized. Sounds, words, phrases, sentences. Third, rules or grammar. There are rules that guide the meaning. The dog chased the cat. The cat chased the dog. Same words, different meaning. Fourth, universality. All humans develop language naturally. So language is not just learned, it is a cognitive system. So kapag may narinig kayong sentence, do you consciously think about grammar? Hindi, di ba? Your brain does it automatically. Your brain does it automatically. So in the 1950s, psychology changed dramatically. Before, behaviorism dominated, focused on the stimulus, response, and reinforcement. Skinner's view, language is learned through imitation and reinforcement. Halimbawa, child says milk. The child that gets milk, this is reinforced. Chomsky, critic, Chomsky said, this explanation is not enough. Why? Because children produces sentences they've never heard, make grammatically mistakes like good instead of went. So children are not just copying, they are creating language. At Chomsky theory, humans have an innate language ability. Oh, have you noticed how children learn language so fast? Walang formal grammar lessons, but they learn anyway. So that suggests language is built into the mind. Now, another perspective, usage-based theory. So this theory says language develops from use and experience. So instead of being fully innate, language emerges through exposure, repetition, and pattern recognition. Halimbawa, child hears, I want that. Later, I want a toy, I want food. They detect the patterns. Language learning uses general cognitive skills like memory and pattern recognition. So comparison, Chomsky, innate, usage-based, learn through experience. So which do you think is more accurate? This is your first attendance code. So let's break language into smaller units. Lexicon, your mental dictionary. All the words you know. Phonemes, smallest sound units. Example, b, e, d, bed. Morphemes, smallest meaning units. Examples, unhappiness. Un means not, happiness. So inside here, language is built from small building blocks. So when you hear a new word, how do you understand it? It's through sound, structure, or meaning. This phenomenon shows your brain fills in missing sounds. Example, I love you. You hear, I love you. Why? Because of the context expectations. So inside here, perception is not passive. Your brain actively interprets language. You recognize letters faster in words than alone. Halimbawa, work versus the wo. Why? Because context helps perception. So anong insight dito? Language processing is top-down plus bottom-up. Common words are processed faster. Halimbawa, house versus facade. Kasi frequent exposure strengthens memory access. Words can have multiple meanings. Example, bank. Context resolves ambiguity. So have you ever misunderstood a message because of unclear meaning? Semantics equals meaning, syntax equals structure. So halimbawa, colorless green ideas slip furiously. This is grammatically correct, but meaningless. Parsing and garden path. Parsing is grouping words into meaning. Halimbawa, the old man, the boats. Confusing at first. It shows how the brain processes sentences step by step. Parsing theories. Syntax first versus interactionist. Interactionist, context plus meaning plus grammar together. Coherence and inference. We understand stories by making inferences. Halimbawa, she dropped the glass. It broke. You infer the cause. Situational model. You imagine the situation, the people, the places, and even the actions. A reading becomes a simulation. Brain and language. Brain studies show motor cortex activates when reading action words, and 400 detects meaning mismatch. So the insight, language is embodied. Conversation processes. Conversation works through cooperation, common ground, shared knowledge, and coordination. Halimbawa, you adjust how you speak depending on the listener. Language and thought. Language influences thinking. Example, Russian speakers distinguish colors differently. Insight, language shapes perception but does not fully determine it. Language is not just communication. It is a cognitive system, a meaning-making tool, a bridge between thought and reality. So next time you speak, listen, or read, remember your brain is actively constructing meaning. Now, let's move to a very relatable and practical topic. What is a foreign language? A foreign language is any language that is not your native or first language. Example for us, English, Korean, Japanese, and Spanish. So, ilan sa inyo ang nanonood ng Mexican telenovela or K-drama or anime? Kapag nanonood kayo, do you just read subtitles or do you start understanding words? So that is already foreign language processing. So in psychology, we call this second language acquisition. So this is the process of learning another language after your first language. Learning a foreign language is not just memorization. It involves the phonemes, grammar, meaning, and usage. Halimbawa, when learning Spanish, hola, ¿cómo estás, amigo? But you also learn when to use it. One of the most famous ideas in language learning is critical period hypothesis by Lindbergh. It states that there is an optimal age, yung childhood, where language learning is easiest. So bakit ang mga bata mabilis matuto ng English or ibang language, but adults hirap sa pronunciation? Because brain plasticity is higher in childhood. So does this mean adults cannot learn? No, but it may require some effort. Now, here is the exciting part. Learning a foreign language actually affects the brain. Research shows that bilingual individuals have better attention, better task switching, improve cognitive flexibility. So, halimbawa, if marunong ka mag-Filipino at English, you constantly switch between systems. This strengthens executive functions. Code switching, very common sa Philippines. Now, why does this happen? Kasi both language systems are active in the brain. So inference, sometimes learning a foreign language causes interference. Halimbawa, grammar confusion or pronunciation errors. So example, sabi niya, open the lights instead of turn on the lights. Language learning involves with exposure, practice, and social interaction. So when speaking English, mas natututo ka ba sa classroom or sa panonood ng movies, pakikipag-usap, at real-life use? And insight here, language is not just learned, it is used. So if you learn a new language, are you just learning words or are you learning a new way of thinking? So our attendance code number 2, foreign language. Final takeaway, every new language you learn expand not just your vocabulary, but your mind.